John here, the host of the Retiring Club. In this meeting of the Retiring Club, we're going to just talk about fixed income. Man, oh man, it's after Labor Day. Still got some beautiful weather. I want to come out here and shoot this. Maybe I'll go climb in it later on in the week when I work from home. But I wanted to go over a couple things with you. We have come a long way in these meetings here at the Retiring Club. We've opened up an account. We put money into a Roth IRA. We took a look at how to research investments. We've looked at portfolio turnover, which I'm very proud to put those together. We do have to watch those investments. As we come down and close out this year, I'm going to be sharing to you why I'm so meticulous and adamant at tracking those ticker symbols, keeping track of them, watching the transaction history on these investments, and when they're not performing, moving them into something else so I can keep those gains compounding. But in this segment of the Retiring Club, I wanted to talk about fixed income. So one of the things that you got to have is fixed income. And I'm not talking about a savings account where you're putting money in it and it's just in there sitting around so you don't have an overdraft charge gaining 0.01%. I'm talking about having your money put away where you're collecting 4% on your money, and you can make trades or you can deposit money from the gains when your investments reach all-time highs. And what I'm talking about are some of the money markets that are held over at Vanguard, Schwab, as well as Fidelity. And I think I have one over with E-Trade that I'm real proud of that's doing really, really well. So that in case of a down market, you're out of a job or you decide to retire early, you have somewhere to draw the money that you need to cover yourself until the market recovers. And that's what I want to talk about. I'll probably see if I can bring up some screens and at least show you the investments that I've been investing in. They come in handy. The 4%, it's been paid out pretty much all this year. It looks like we may finish it. The jobs report, 22,000 jobs, that's pretty shallow right there. What we got to watch out for are the massive first claim filings for unemployment. Once you get back-to-back months and years of that, like we had during the financial crisis, we are in trouble. And at that point, they're really going to start lowering the interest rates. As long as that job market is holding up, unemployment steady, no matter what happens to other people, they're not going to lower those interest rates. So you can make some money in your fixed income. And if the market goes down, you've got a great place to draw. You don't have to worry. And that's what a lot of the guys who are retiring at 54, that's what Joe Kuhn has done over in, he's out in Indiana, retire early with Pete. That's what he's doing. He retired at actually 54. It was in the year he turned 55. He's using the rule of 55, retiring early. And these guys, along with you've got Jim over in Illinois, and you've got Jesus, slipped my mind, but David in Progress. All these guys are retiring at 55, and that means that their money must last at least to 62, preferably 65, 67. 70 is a long shot. Some of them are a little concerned about that due to wanting their spouse to have the higher income, that's up to them. I've already made up my mind. I'm collecting at 67, and which has changed my whole scope of my retirement right now. I could probably come out early, and the channel is going to shift more towards a retire early feature. We're going to start talking about more about the preparations. But having your money into some fixed income, like over at Ally Bank, Marcus, VO Bank, where you can get a 4% on a money market, or you can get the CDs that paying 4 you know 35 or whatever. Is a good choice because when the market goes down, you don't want to be looking at your equities. I mean, I got beat down in the year 2022 as well as during the COVID portion for that period of time. Had I been out of a job and I needed to get my hands on some money right away, I would have been in trouble. But I had made up my mind back in 2019 that I was going to build up a cash reserve. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to bring up a screen share and show you some of these accounts and how you can build up the balance in them if you're tracking your investments, if you're looking at the all-time highs and you're taking a couple grand out here, a couple grand out there, 3 grand here, 4 grand there, and you're doing it, staggering it over a couple years like I did. Um, I think right now I'm up to about $6,000, $7,000 out of the mutual funds over the last 2 years because I took some out in May of 2024. And then at the retiring club, I showed you how I went in and skimmed some of those gains. So that's what I want to talk about here at the retiring club, the fixed income investments. And we'll start talking a little bit more about that with a screen share. We'll get into some of the accounts and we'll just take a quick look on what the transaction history is on $1,300 or on $12,000 or $39,000, $40,000. All these investments are returning some nice gains. The ones that are in the individual retirement accounts, I don't pay taxes on, but the ones that are in the regular FDIC high yield accounts, that has to have taxes. It comes on top of my regular income as taxable. So at the end of the year, but some money is better than none. So this is John, and we are at the Retiring Club. We're going to take a look at some money market accounts to help build up bucket number 2 for your fixed income or any special purpose stuff you need. Down payment on a home, the new car you want, the roof project. You want to get your bathroom redone, kitchen remodeling. You got some needed repair on your home to spruce it up since you're there all the time because you retired early. All of these things we will talk about. Thanks, and I'll be back with you with a screen share. My name is John, and you are meeting with me at the Retiring Club. All right, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at these fixed income investments. So what I've done here, just to show you the accumulation of fixed income investments. First of all, you want to have some assets that are not going to depreciate or go down like the equities. You go into retirement and you have a 2 or 3 years of losses in the market. When the market goes down, it's going to go down pretty fast. It's going to slide down. It's going to go down like the top of a roller coaster. You're going straight down, and it's going to be a little while before it can recover. We experienced it in 2022. You've had a down market earlier in Trump's administration in February, over a couple months there where it finally recovered. It's doing really well now. But if you happen to retire in a down market, you got to be able to draw your money from somewhere. So what we're looking at is, first of all, before I get started, these investments have one thing in common. Their ticker symbols all have double X at the end. That means they are money markets. The money markets could be short-term treasury notes. They can be some kind of notes between banks where they got a big payroll and they need to make sure they got a lot of cash. Whatever. These are money markets and they all got double X. So let's take a look at the SWVXX, a swap Prime Advantage. Right here, we're looking at $1,382. And what I've done here, this is over at the Schwab. This is gains from the Harbor Capital Appreciation. It was at 1,200. I've had it in there for a number of years, so it has grown. And I'm showing you what my last interest on it is $4.86. So this is an example of a small account over here. We're just going to move around. I just want to show you how you can have these out here. SPAXX is a Fidelity Government money market. The last dividend was $40.28. It's showing a balance of $12,232. This right here, I had nothing in it whatsoever. This is me skimming the gains off of these investments. I watch those ticker symbols. I watch for all-time highs, and there's $4,000 that was added to it within the last couple months. I did a video on me taking gains, and I show you how I tracked and took the gains out of there to build this up to 12,000. I'm going to keep doing that. Um, as opportunity presents itself, I got 3 funds. I'm waiting for them to hit their all-time high, and you can bet I'm going to hit each one of those up for $1,000, and this will go up to 15,000. And you can see I'm earning $40 a month on this. This is the new balance. It was 8,000 previously. All of this is 12,000, and that 1300. This all comes from me skimming off of my gains. So that's my cash reserve. Over here at E-Trade, I got a premium savings account. $2,000. I had been putting $1,000 away in a Roth account. The Roth accounts exploded. They popped in their gains to the point I didn't even put that $1,000 in there. So I just left it. It was earmarked money that I was going to buy some shares with. I felt the share prices were a little bit too high. So I got a couple grand in cash, and there it is right there. I'm getting 4% out of them, and it's $53 year to date. And we've got September, the rest of, we got October, November, and then the month of December to get that. And here you got the recent interest on that. It's $6.85 I'm getting on that. All right. So now here's the big boy right here. GOFXX. That is a government money market. It's got $34,145. This in all of these investments are in the individual retirement account. All of these right here. No 10% penalty. I just pay the taxes on it. However, if you've been watching and following my videos, you know I'm meticulous to the point that I would only take out enough to meet the standard deductions so that I don't pay much in taxes on that. And when you can take out $15,000 and with the extra money from the part-time job, any interest, and I pay some $200 or $300 in taxes, that's a pretty damn good deal. I would use that in the event that there's a down market. And this money built up right here is in the year 2021. As soon as I turned 59 and a half, I had a discussion with my advisor over at the firm, and we talked about what I want to do. He didn't agree with me taking the money out and building it up in a fixed income for a rainy day at all. I don't even do business with him anymore. But he did put me in the GOFXX. He said, John, all your capital gains, your dividends, and everything, you'll be taxed at whatever rate you're at. And right now, I would probably start off immediately if I retired today in the 12% tax bracket. So what I did was the major account that I had since about 1989 that had some investments in it that were had been reinvesting. I turned it off, and it's been turned off ever since. So I built up $34,000 in this IRA right here. So if we take that and we add that up, all of these, we're going to come up to probably about somewhere around $47,000 in taxable uh, in the money market, fixed income. So right here, my magic number is 20,000. So right off the bat, I got 2 years of fixed income to pull from in these accounts that I'm managing right now. And like I mentioned, they all got double X at the end, so they are money markets. Now, on another note, that's not all. Over at VO Bank, that's where I have um, the after tax money. Primarily, I've been pumping $500 a month into that, and I am technically in my third full year doing that. That account has a balance of $44,797. That I don't owe any taxes on that. The interest on it will be taxable, and I pay taxes on that at the end of the year. But that's money right there. And the second thing is in the 401k. The 401k, since I knew I was retiring, I just turned off um, investing in equities. And we got $32,886 in fixed investment. That is a BlackRock government short-term note. So that's another fixed income. So between these investments right here, so if we take the 32, let's just do 33,000 and we'll take 47,000 from these fixed income investments, which is all pre-tax. We throw that in there. We are now at 80,000 in pre-tax fixed income. So that's 4 years of coverage um, in a down market. And then if we come up a little short, we got the 44,000 of money in the VO Bank. That's like your money market. VO Bank has some really good rates. I would be able to draw on that. Um, and also last year in May, I turned off um, pre-tax investment. I started pumping money into a Roth, so I got $10,000 in a non-taxable portion of the 401k. That comes out of the 32,000. So 10,000 is not taxable. So when it comes to fixed income and pre-tax, I'm loaded up. So I'm looking pretty good here. I wanted to cover this so that we know how to allocate our money. You cannot go into retirement and not have some fixed income in case of a down market. Now, the guys who are retiring that I already mentioned, they've got years where they need to draw down. You get a major market downturn or collapse in the economy, you need to get your hands on some money. They'll be okay. You got guys out there that got 10 years of fixed income, retiring at 54. Well, you're not going to get any help at least till 59 and a half, where you can withdraw from your IRA without 10% penalty. Or if you burning through all your money, you're probably going to take Social Security at 62. I'm not doing any of that. I'm okay here, and I'm not using any of this money, and that's why I want you to stick with me on the Retiring Club and these videos that I'm producing, because I've got insight that most people don't have on how these investments work, and I'm going to be sharing with you as I get closer to making my decision on what I want to do as we close out the year. So this is John. I'm just going to wrap this presentation up. Um, I'm sitting pretty good with all this fixed income. I actually think I might have more than I need, but I'm going to just let it ride. And these are the investments. So you got the SPAC, SPAXX, Fidelity, and you can see that it's been returning some interest. You got the E-Trade account. Buzz would like this one right here to move some of his money in, as he watches my video and he's used the term skim. So he takes his profit. He's a dividend guy. So he's got some investors. He would probably like that and take a look at that. And then we got the GOFXX. Um, he can absolutely jump into that if he wanted to move some money in there. That's what I'm doing. So these investments, I'll just leave them in there and not draw. But I want you to come back. I want you to subscribe. As soon as I get to 100 subscribers, I can tell you how I'm going to get all the money I need to cover myself in retirement, not touch this or sell any of my equity shares. It's a surprise presentation that I want to do for you, but I don't want to do it if people aren't coming to my channel. So this is John with the Retiring Club asking you to subscribe and like. If you like this material and what I'm putting up here, go ahead and give me subscribe and turn on notifications so I can go ahead and continue with this and keep putting out this type of material here at the Retiring Club, because there's some people who can use it. I've used these type of accounts in the past to stockpile money for my home purchase in this condo I'm in, as well as I've used it for my car purchase prior to moving into this place. Okay, so this is John. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting here. Let you guys scroll through GOFXX premium account with E-Trade, the SPAC, and you got the Schwab SWVXX. And this is it. I'm going to end the meeting. Thanks for coming by. Take care.